When you go away to school or you go into your work training or you go into the military, do not only take courses that are predictable. Learn everything about every subject that you possibly can. And be careful not to confuse confidence with a big ego if you want people to believe in you. You have to also believe in others. Understand well that those around you also have much to contribute, and they deserve your support. Also be sure that you support your family and your friends and your loved ones who are here to support you tonight. Without faith in yourself and others, success is going to be impossible. I'm going to share a true story. It's not a very elegant story, but it might illustrate a point. At the end of a particularly frustrating practice one day, a football coach dismissed his players by yelling, "Now all you idiots, go take a shower." All but one player headed for the locker room. The coach glared at him and asked him why in the world he was still there. "Sir, you told all the idiots to go." The player replied, "And there seems to be a lot of them, but I am not an idiot." Was the player confident? You bet. And I believe that player was much smarter than his coach. The moral of that story is you believe in yourself even when no one else does. I cannot imagine any of the 352 of you seated before me choosing to live life too cautiously with all of the opportunities that are before you in life. So take calculated risks, set ambitious goals, take a few detours, paint that masterpiece of your life, and remember, believe in yourself. Good evening. Congratulations, Davis class of 2013. You are indeed awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Elaine Baraza. At this time, I'm going to ask that the two singers come up to their position. And while they're doing that, let's give a round of applause to our band who performed as we entered under the direction of Mr. John Conrad. They were awesome. Again, we have two performers performing this musical selection, Las Golondrinas, Bianca Ontiveros and Blanca Manrique, under the direction of our music teacher, Ms. Shannon Ruiz.
Fatigada, la golondrina que de aquí se va hacia en el cielo, se hallará extraviada, buscando abrigo y no lo encontrará. Junto a mi pecho hallarás un nido en donde pueda la estación pasar. También yo estoy en la región perdida, oh cielo santo, y sin poder volar. Junto a mi pecho hallarás un nido en generación pasar. También yo estoy en la región perdida. Oh cielo santo, adiós, adiós.
Again, that was Bianca Ontiveros and Blanca Manrique. Great job, ladies. I would like to introduce at this time the class of 2013 student speakers. Our student speakers will be followed by a musical selection performed by Stephanie Patnode called Vienna. Our first speaker is Erica DeMond. Erica has attended Davis all 4 years. Erica DeMond is senior class president and top of her class. She has been involved in leadership for 3 years and has loved to represent the school. Erica is a full IB diploma candidate and is passionate about learning, continuing to grow as a person, and helping others grow as well. She has also been involved in tennis and cross country for the last 4 years and enjoys introducing others to new hobbies. She will be attending the University of Washington. Please welcome Senior Class President Erica DeMond. Stay close to the mic.
Hi, everybody. It's great to see all of your proud faces on this special night. I'm honored to be able to speak on behalf of the senior class of 2013. Now, seniors, we are connected by the experiences that we have shared together over the past 4 years of high school. Maybe our voices were united during a basketball game, with our band playing the Davis Fight song, all of us cheering on and representing our school. We've all gone through the requirements and supported one another as we stood outside our respective classrooms, waiting nervously for the beginnings of our senior presentations. We've had a great run this year. We have a Skills USA state officer, got honorable mention by the Fifth Avenue Theater for Hairspray, our musical, and more. One thing I know for sure, we have all been Davis Pirates together for the past 4 years, and we will always be Davis Pirates in the future. High school is a journey like none other. We're still living in the familiar places that we'll miss when we go our separate ways, but especially during senior year, we long to reach the end. Feels weird now that we're actually graduating, doesn't it? I want you all to think back to your first day of freshman year. Who is sitting next to you in your classes? What did your teacher say to you? Probably something along the lines of, "Welcome to your first day of high school, everyone. Be prepared for a lot more work." Everybody in class was silent and shy. Well, that changed after about 1 week. And that 1 week turned to 1 month, all of us getting closer to each other before we knew it. Then that turned to 1 trimester. Remember when we still had those? That trimester became the entire freshman year, and freshman year blurred into all the way up to where we are now. Girls, you know how you thought that guys would never mature? Well, they have now, kind of. Not only have guys gotten about 2 feet taller, and girls have left their awkward middle school stages, but I think that we can all agree that we have fairly straight heads on our shoulders as we graduate today and high school becomes something of the past. Some of us are going to college next year, some are going abroad, and some of us will go straight to work. We're all different, but you know what? We all made it to today, and that's what matters. High school has made a mark on us, and we have left a mark on Davis High School as well, sometimes literally. Future students may not know who we are, but they'll see the writing that some of us may have left under the desks. They might see one of our names in a textbook and say, "Hey, that sounds familiar." And we will continue to make impacts in our future. If we're ever uncertain in our decisions, just remember this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, a celebrated transcendentalist writer. "There is no beautifier of complexion or form or behavior like the wish to scatter joy and not pain around us. Now, use these words to pave a prosperous future, one in which you make a happier environment for others and, in turn, yourself. For us seniors, high school has also meant lasting friendships. Sure, we all had those friends in first grade who we said we'd be best friends forever with, but I think that in high school, we've really made connections with people who will be present for the rest of our lives. If not physically, at least in our hearts. They were the ones who were there when we needed to borrow shoes last minute for a dance. That applies for guys too. When we competed at a major game, or when we needed someone to call in the wee hours of the morning with questions about an assignment. Keep those friends close to you, because ultimately, in life, we're here to help each other. What will we do in the future when we hear a familiar song from high school, one that we blasted in our cars on repeat, or when our kids ask us to go to their first dance? We'll call up our high school buddies and talk about how awkward our first dances were, or how great we felt on that first day that we drove around with our licenses. One thing that I wanted to save until the end of my speech, because I want it to resonate with us as we receive our diplomas, is the gratitude that all of you and I have toward any support that we have had along our journey, whether it be from parents, teachers, friends, or coaches. I think that we have worked hard to get to where we are right now, but it was through our loved ones' sacrifices that we were able to believe in ourselves. Even when we didn't believe in ourselves, at least we knew there was someone out there who did. In my experience, moving to America at a young age was a shock. Everybody acted differently, and I was afraid of making mistakes. I know that some of you have had similar experiences and that your parents took on a whole new life in order to give you a better future. In any case, know that there is somebody out there who cares about you and what you become. Take that as a motivation to be that change for others. Change. It can be an overused, mundane word. Over our 4 years of high school, change has meant learning how to adapt to the high school setting, a different set of friends, new standards, and an entire new building itself. We may not be able to change the world, but we can change people's worlds. Thank you, class of 2013, for changing my world.
Thank you, Erica Damon, Senior Class President. Our second speaker is Roberto Lopez. Roberto has been a Davis Pirate for the last 4 years. Bobby is a motivated young man, a passionate man, who strives to work hard and be successful at everything he puts his mind to. He has been involved in many events like Mr. Davis, Homecoming Royalty, Dressing Up for Spirit Week, and Showing School Spirit. Bobby has participated on the varsity swim team his senior year and ran track. He would like to thank all of his teachers for working with him and thank his friends for being great classmates. He will be attending Western Washington University in the fall and is planning on majoring in business management and minoring in Spanish. Please give a warm welcome to our 2013 senior class speaker, Mr. Roberto Lopez. Stay close to that mic.
Thank you. Okay. About a month ago, I got the announcement that I was going to give a speech at graduation from Mr. Alvarado and Miss Hayden. And once I found out I was going to give a speech, guys, let me tell you. Guys, let me tell you, it's nerve-wracking trying to come up with what I wanted to say. So many things were going through my mind on what I wanted to talk about or what message to leave you guys with. And I started by asking myself, why me? Why would my class want me to speak at graduation? I know you guys didn't pick me because I'm a nice kid and my good looks, you know? No, you guys picked me because of my perseverance. Excuse me. I knew you guys picked me because of my perseverance and my hard work. And no matter what challenges to overcome, I overcame them. So with that in mind, I have a story I would like to tell you guys. October 15, 2009 was a day that changed my life forever. I was in a car accident with my older brother, Noel Lopez. We were on our way back from a birthday party in Mapton, Washington. We lost control of the car, and the car flipped 7 times before we landed right side up on our side of the high road. I was unable to move. My brother pulled me out of the car and managed to get us 20 feet from the car before it blew up. I fell down and stopped breathing, and my brother and a stranger who stopped to perform CPR on me brought me back to life. I was then transported to the local hospital, where they removed part of my skull and induced me in a coma. I was then airlifted to a level 1 hospital in Seattle because there was very little that could be done for me in Yakima. I awoke from my coma approximately 4 months later. The extent of my injuries were significant: a cracked skull, swollen brain, collapsed lung, broken right wrist, broken left knuckle, broken right cheekbone, and I was pretty much reborn. During the 4 months of my hospitalization, I learned basic self-care. I had to learn how to walk, read, write, do it all over again. It was a terrifying, painful experience and the biggest life challenge thus far, but I persevered. Noe, I just want to say I love you. And I'm here. I made it. Don't beat yourself up anymore because I'm graduating. You were the heart and soul of my motivation. Each and every day, I woke up just for you. Once I found out you weren't gonna play basketball, it broke my heart. I knew you loved basketball. So that made me work harder and put everything I had into what I was doing to get back to where I was so I can make it back out of the hospital and see you play basketball. Noe, you're my hero. I love you. Thank you. I remember my first day back to AC Davis like it was yesterday. I had a meeting with the principals and my 3 teachers, Mr. Monroy, Mr. Juarez, and Ms. Traub, because I wasn't anywhere near where I needed to be academically or mentally to be in regular course classes. I felt a great sense of relief and support from my teachers who told me that they believed in me. They felt that I was able to handle all the work and be able to continue my education in my previous classroom environment. Their belief in me meant so much. They weren't giving up on me, so I couldn't give up on them or myself. They gave me hope. I persevered. Watching my 2 older brothers, Herman and Noel, grow up with their classmates and becoming close friends with everyone, I wanted that high school experience too. I wanted to grow up with each and every one of you. I wanted to play sports with you guys and hide from security off campus at lunch and TB houses on Halloween with Frankie and Juan Badillo. I wanted to be part of the AC Davis 2013 class. This class, all of you were my motivation. I wanted to grow up with each and every one of you guys and graduate on time. Seeing all of you do well in your classes pushed me to study harder and do better in my classes, and so I did. I persevered. After my accident, freshman year was the hardest year of my life, but I made it through with the help of both my family and my teachers and all of you guys. Coming back to high school was a scary experience at first, but because all of you, Davis felt like home. You made me all feel like a regular kid, like nothing was wrong with me. You guys made the worst year of my life better just by being there for me. It was better than I ever thought it could be. One of my favorite good memories from freshman year was when our boys basketball team went to state for the first time in 4 years. Big shout out to the basketball team. And really, guys, freshman year, what were we thinking with jerking? That's all bad. I don't know. Lunchtime was probably my favorite class of the day. And after school, everyone hanging out in the courtyard. Miss Calderon and other security guards were kicking us out. We had more time to hang out. Those were the good old days. And then we became sophomores. I don't know for you guys, but sophomore year was a blur to me. I hated those HESP tests and the fact that we were underclassmen. But we went to state again and finally beat Ike for the first time in who knows how many years. That was great. Yeah. And junior year was great. As upperclassmen, we were able to go to prom, and our basketball team won state. Yeah. And congratulations to the girls team for winning districts as well. Big shout out. And now we're seniors. Can you believe it? All those here are our final moments together as a class. After tonight, things will never be the same. I don't know about you guys, but looking back on our first day as seniors, I felt so cool walking with my head high, and just for fun, I made some of those freshmen. Freshmen! It's a tradition, we have to. The Davis Follies was such a great experience with all of you putting on an amazing show. The senior can-can, yeah. Dancing on stage, looking hot with all my senior boys, cross-dressing, fixing our weaves. Not gonna lie, I kinda liked it a little bit. This spring has been awesome too. A big shout out to the boys and girls soccer program for making it to state and giving it your all every single game. So Davis, our senior year has come to an end. Looking back at these 4 years, I realize that we all have come so far. We have fought hard to make it to this very moment right here, graduation. All of those horrible tests, those HESP tests, and all of our efforts to distract our teachers from getting out of lessons, all of the construction work that made our prank practically impossible, right? Man. And our trip to Silverwood, that was a blast. For those of you guys that didn't go, missed out, sorry. Okay. We have made it through all these 4 years because we had each other. I guess if there's one message that I could say, is this: that with all of you guys, we could do anything we put our minds to do when we have the love and support from our family and friends. I wasn't supposed to survive the car accident 4 years ago. A lot of people thought that I would never fully recover, that I would never be the same person, but I persevered. And I have all of you to thank for that. Thank you. I have all of you to thank for that victory. I never gave up hope that I could have all the same high school experience that all you were going to have. You pushed me to reach goals that I didn't think were ever possible for me. I have created friendships here that will last me a lifetime. I have been lucky enough to have teachers who believed in me even when I wasn't too sure I believed in myself. I have been blessed to have family that have supported me every step of the way and shaped me into the man that I am today. Life is going to throw its challenge, that's a given. The real test is how you handle those challenges and who you have by your side along the way. We, the class of 2013, have persevered together. Once, Myra Angelou once said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats, so you know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can come out of it." As we move to our next chapters of our lives, I hope that you never give up. I hope that you believe in yourselves just as much as I believe in you guys. I hope that you remember me and this class of 2013. One last thing. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it's happened. Congratulations, class of 2013. I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Roberto Lopez, senior class speaker. At this time, we have a musical performance. It is Vienna, performed by Stephanie Patnode.
smart. Tell me, why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You've got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. You know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You've got your passion, you've got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child. Take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's all right, you can't afford to lose a day or two. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? When will you realize Vienna waits for you?
That was Vienna, performed by Stephanie Patnode. Thank you. Our commencement resumes with our faculty speaker. Our faculty speaker will be followed by our last musical selection performed by A.C. Davis Choirs. They will sing For Good. At this time, it is a pleasure to introduce this year's faculty speaker, Miss Diane Main.
Well, I think the best part about this graduation so far is the ladies' shoes. But the hardest part about my speech is the introduction, because I didn't know if I would be coming up to silence or to applause. I didn't know how I'd feel except nervous, and I didn't know if I'd trip on that nervousness on my way up here. But I really have been practicing my speech. I practiced in my car with my oldest daughter. In the middle of it, she said, "Mom, stop. Are you really gonna stutter through the whole thing?" Perhaps I will, because I am really nervous. But besides the nerves, I have to say that it is thrilling to be your speaker tonight. It's thrilling because there are so many people here. It's thrilling because you've asked me to speak. But at the same time, it's daunting because there are so many people here and because you've asked me to speak. But I've only been tasked with making a short speech, and that's really and truly thrilling. Tonight, though, you're being tasked with becoming an official adult. You're being tasked with entering the working world, or the college world, or the big wide world. You're being tasked with becoming a Davis graduate, so it's your task that's daunting, not mine. Speaking about tasks, someone asked me the other day what I was going to do when all of my senior classes were gone. So I thought about it for a while, and then I just thought, I'm going to pop some tags, but I only got $20 in my pocket. I wish instead of a speech I could stand up here and tell jokes and entertain you, but I'm not that funny. I wish I could sing or dance for you, but nobody wants to hear me sing and nobody wants to see me dance. I wish I could paint you a picture, but I can hardly paint my own fingernails. But if I could paint, you would be my brushstrokes and my canvas would be the world. So I can't tell jokes, and I can't sing or dance or paint, so I guess I'll make a speech.